Hey TV movie fans, this is Alex from Total TV and Film, and today we're going to be discussing Infinity Train Book 4. Yes, the first trailer just released for Book 4, and I figured I'd discuss it. But first, I just want to mention, for those that are wondering, yes, Book 4 has gotten a lot of people very excited because many people really like Infinity Train, including myself. Infinity Train is a great show, really entertaining, and I'm really excited for this one. We do see some interesting characters in the trailer thumbnail for it, which showcase two characters along with like an inanimate object that has eyes and looks like it can probably talk or something like that. But I'm really excited for this one. I'm very curious to see how it's going to connect to the overall plot that we've seen so far with the show. And so let me read the description. So the description for this says, the music aspirations of Ryan and Minji are put on hold as they board the train at the same time and receive the exact same number. Can this friendship withstand the train? Stream Book 4 of Infinity Train April 15th on HBO Max. Okay, so we know now that Book 4 is going to be releasing in April. I'm excited for that right away. And just looking at the animation and the characters, looks really good. But I figure, let me do a little bit of a reaction to it, because I hadn't actually gotten a chance to really watch this trailer. I tried to start it, but then I was like, you know what, let me do a little bit of a video. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start this thing in 3, 2, 1, now. Wait, hold on. 3, 2, 1, now.
Bingy! Ready? 5, 6, 11, 12!
Okay.
And after we're famous in Canada, we'll become rock stars and play New York City! Our life's gonna be great. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Where are we? The last thing I remember is getting on a train and then getting on a second train? Ryan!
Right, I mean, that's basically what they typically do in most shows.
Wow. Never heard of two people getting on at the same time, though. That's wild.
Different. We haven't
Same
seen
number,
that.
too. Wild.
You bought the tickets.
Dude, for the normal train.
Well, I definitely didn't have anything to do with this.
And you guys are mortal enemies, too? What are the odds?
We're not enemies.
Yeah, Ryan is my best friend.
Yeah. You don't really know us.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're great.
Okay.
Good. This is good.
Everything's so different here.
Sure. But it's not all bad. Don't make her go home!
If we can ever even get home.
Listen to me, Min. Listen to me. We got this. Sometimes numbers are a part of the problem, not the solution, you know?
Ryan! It's okay, man. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay,
I won't
there
leave
we
you.
go. Interesting. Interesting. Now I'm really excited. Okay. Okay then. So that was our little trailer for HBO Max, for the show Infinity Train for Book 4. And I just have to say, I'm excited. I know I'm not reacting in big ways, but I can just say up front, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. There's some interesting stuff going on here. I'm actually just looking up something because I'm forgetting the name of a certain character that we see here, and I'm sure plenty of people will be that have watched the show that know it better than I do will be able to point out, oh, it's this character. I I wasn't aware, so that's why I'm just I can't remember the character's name right now, but we do see a certain character towards the end of the trailer, and I personally want to double check the name of the character so that I can appropriately tell you about that character. What is interesting, I'm just trying to look at this a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm genuinely excited for this show. The animation looks good. It does seem to be a very different story because we're seeing two characters that got at the same time. They're obviously friends, but like this will lead to likely some feuding between the two of them because of, you know, how they can get along in, you know, the Infinity Train. Like, how will that work out? I am curious to see how this will connect to the bigger plot. We see a certain character towards the end that I'm forgetting the name of right now make an appearance, and it's also not clear as to whether or not this takes place like when in the timeline does this take place. Like, is this after book 3? Is this after book 1? Because again, you know, book 1, for example, takes place at a different time than, say, book 3 does. And like book 3, the thing with book 3 was that book 3 took place before book 2. That's something that I'm pretty sure we got the idea of, is that was the case, that book 3 took place before book 2 because of the main characters in that show, like certain ones going away and all that, and other factors of that nature. So we know that this could take place theoretically even earlier than book 1, or it could take place at a completely different timeline or a different time point. And it'll be interesting to see where it will feed into the series as a whole. Again, I'm very interested to see how this show will eventually all connect. At least that's what I'm hoping, because, you know, we do get impressions of like this happens before or after certain things. As I said before, we know that book 3 took place before book 2, but we don't know all the details of the show, and we don't know where this show is gonna go. This book's gonna go, really. I mean, we see an interesting final feud, but we don't really know a whole lot. And we do see, again, an anthropomorphic object, not anthropomorphic, an inanimate object, get some humanized characters, being the fact that it's like a bell, and like a desk bell, like if you're at a hotel, that can talk and apparently floats. So we do see that kind of stuff happen again, which is worth noting. But we'll have to wait and see what they end up doing with the show overall. I'm very, very curious. This trailer definitely looks good. It feels like a lot of the other ones where it's kind of vague, but it gives us some idea of what to expect. And it does show like some differences, obviously, because it's like two main characters here that they meet up at the start, like they're friends. So it's different because they're actually friends, which usually what happens is that the two characters, because there's usually two characters that get focused, other than book 3 where there were 3 characters. But like book, 3 main players, but then there's like the other kinds of characters as well. That's what I mean to say. Although, actually, before, that's not true. I keep saying that there's only 2 characters. That's not true. I shouldn't say that. It does change for every season. Because like book 1 had like 2 or 3. If you just include human characters, then it's like 2 or 3. If you include like the non-human characters, then it expands even more for each series, because that's something to note as well. It really depends on how you look at it. Do you look at it based on like the human characters alone, or do you look at it based on the human characters and then the companion characters that are usually non-humans? Because again, that's a difference. And again, it really depends on how you look at it. But I'm interested to see where this show goes and see how it will cross over in any way to the other books. And I'll be curious to see, you know, will this lead to some real feuding in the end? Like, will someone die, or will someone get really hurt, whether it be on a physical level or just emotionally. Again, we don't really know enough information at this moment to say for sure, like, is this going to end to a heartbreak? Is this going to lead to something more deadly? Will this lead into a bigger plot for the next book, or will this plot like be more significant that could be conclusive? We don't know. I'm not expecting it to lead to a more conclusive story, but I would imagine that they're going to do some interesting stuff. They're going to expand like the main lore of the show, but it's likely going to be left still pretty vague, similar to book 3, where we didn't really know exactly where it would go from book 3. And this one looks even more disconnected, but will somehow connect to the overall story, like all of them do. So that's about it for me, guys. I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this video. Are you planning on watching Infinity Train Book 4? Are you excited for it? Which characters do you hope come back? Which characters do you think, what do you think will happen to the different characters in the show? Are you liking these new leads for the show? And I'd love to know your guys' opinions in general. So please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, guys, I'm Alex, and goodbye.